If you've ever wondered what it takes to really cross that line from side hustle to full-time trader, Sattori's story is going to give you the blueprint.
In one day, I see that income double or triple my current salary.
Every trader dreams about it, waking up without an alarm, trading on your own terms, and making your income from the markets. But let's be real, the gap between dreaming about it and actually doing it, that's where most traders get stuck. It takes more than just a profitable month or two. You need the strategy, the mindset, and the confidence to finally make the jump. Today, I'm sitting with Sattorii Nuen from Vietnam. He's an IT software engineer who did exactly that. Just a few months ago, he walked away from a stable paycheck, a career he established for 20 years, and he went full-time. So what was the turning point? How did he know his trading income was reliable enough? What does he trade? And how does he stay consistent with his entire livelihood depends on it? Welcome, Sattorii. First, I'd like to congratulate you for earning $100,000 in real funding capital from Axi Select. You hit the acceleration stage, a key milestone that shows your skills and consistency is paying off. So welcome, and we can't wait to hear your story.
Hello, Kathy.
How did you get into trading? What drew you to the markets?
I start from around 10 years ago in Forex.
So I know that your software engineer background makes you automatically think in terms of robots and EAs. But before even getting there, you had to have another step, right? You had to learn about maybe technical analysis or price action. Can you walk us through, what you learned about in terms of techniques and strategies first before you got to the EA?
That's the story when I tried the stock market in Vietnam. I use I am a technical analyst. I use a lot of indicator, and one day it makes me so tired of indicators and tired of watching the market every time, and I cannot control myself. That is the most important. That makes me want to change to EA trading. The most important for me in the past is that I recognize that every technical analysis, every signal, every indicator begins from the price and the volume. And I apply statistical to my trade, and I found that there is some room in the market. It happened again and again. So that is the idea. I want to create my own trading strategy based on analysis the data. I do not depend on the indicators anymore.
That's an incredible evolution because you went from having too many indicators on your charts to really kind of figuring out how to distill it to the simplest form possible. And even for those of you that are watching this video, some of you may not know how to create EAs, but I think what Sattorii is telling us is very valuable, which is that at the end of the day, technical analysis, all your indicators are built on price. And so if you kind of drill it down to the simplest things possible, it is how are the prices moving? And then, depending upon what instrument you trade, how is the volume moving? And I think that's such incredible insight that not everyone realizes.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Okay, so you gave us a little bit of a peek into how you trade and what your EAs are based on. And you said that you use statistical analysis because you were able to identify that there were opportunities based upon the volume and price. But in terms of these opportunities, what kind of time frame is this? Is this opportunities for day trading, swing trading, scalping? Like if I was a trader and I want to think like you, what type of time frame charts do you think I should be focusing on?
When I use technical analysis, I know that I should use a high time frame to analyze the market. But when you enter the trade, you use low time frame like M5. We can analyze the market based on H1 or H4 time frame. But when the EA orders, it depends on the low time frame like M5.
So, would you say that you are a day trader or a swing trader as a result? Because even though you have a bigger time frame and you're entering on short-term charts, how long do you hold those positions for?
Um, when I estimate, I found that average 30 minutes to 1 hour to keep the orders.
So, I actually didn't even ask you the most important question, which is what market are you trading? What instrument?
Ah, I focus on gold only.
Okay, so you said in the beginning that you started with stocks, then you moved to Forex, and now you focus on gold only. What made you change from Forex to gold? Because you did already explain how stocks, it was hard to run your EAs. But what made you realize that gold is best for you?
Yeah. At the first time, I trade currency in Forex. But after a few years, I recognized that my strategy fixed for gold because the movement of gold is quite frequently. When I trade with currencies, um, the currencies may have a very big and long trend, so it's not suitable for my strategy. When I apply for gold, I think I see that the profit increase incredible. That's why I choose gold. But after that, I recognize that um, gold has some very crazy market, very crazy trend. So I adjust my strategy frequently, day by day, month by month, year by year, and now I can say that my strategy very suitable for gold.
So you make a really good point, which is that you realize that gold can have some pretty wild swings. And we talked about this offline, but I think it's very important to mention is that you really became confident in your strategy when it was able to survive a significant pullback in a drop in gold. Because a lot of people think, okay, maybe Satori's only making money because gold has only been in an uptrend during this period. But that's not true. And that's not what gave you the confidence to really go full time, right? It's because your strategy actually survived the downtrend. So can you talk a little bit more about that?
Ha. When last year, when the Trump election in November 2024, the price of gold now were very crazy, right?
Yes.
So at that time, my strategy still alive and got profit. My emotion very excited. Yeah, and at that time, I decide um, to be a master of signal. I create a signal in some broker platform, and that is the start of my journey to Axi Select.
So you mentioned that this was your journey to Select. How did you discover Axi? Were you trading with other prop firms beforehand?
Actually, when I tried Forex, I already tried situations, the first stage of Axi Select, and I got some money from that program. And when I come back the market after a very long time, I studied the strategy for gold, and I heard that the Axi Select come back with new, new, um, very new rule, very interesting, and I tried immediately when I heard that information.
So you had been a customer of Axi, some time ago, probably about 10 years ago, maybe not, maybe 8 years ago. And you had built the confidence and you knew the company. It's been around for a long time. So when they came back and they introduced this trader funding program, you felt confident that this would be something that would be sustained compared to the newly created prop firms that came up overnight, right?
The story is that before I come back as Select, I already trade in some other platforms, but it's quite difficult for me because the rule for 5% of drawdown daily, that is a very strictly, and I it's that is very difficult for me to control by EA automatically. But when I know that Axi Select have the rule drawdown 10%, and I try, and I see that my strategy work well with Axi Select.
You have an automated EA. Do you do any journaling or do you track your edge score primarily to refine performance? Because I'm sure that when you started trading, there was a significant learning curve for understanding the edge score. But did that help you become a better trader and help to refine your strategy?
Ah, edge score helped me a lot because when I see some suggestion in edge score, and when I train based on that advice, the score of edge score increase. So I think that is and moreover, the drawdown of my strategy is controllable. I think that is very useful indicator for traders.
So you basically found that the edge score helped you refine your trading and your EA strategy in order to become confident in it and to have more consistent results and also to give you the confidence to trade full time, right? And it was probably, you said it's probably the drawdown component that helped you the most.
One time I try to follow instruction of edge score to keep the profit longer. For example, I take profit at 5 USD normally, but I try to make the profit more. Then the edge score increase immediately in few days later. So I think the edge score very good indicator to show ability of one trader, no matter what EA or manual trading. Yeah.
I think that's really valuable insight because very few people realize that with something like the edge score, it really kind of suggests to you, gives you information on how you can practically improve as a trader. Like you said, it suggested maybe you should hold your positions for a little longer. Maybe for other traders, it suggests maybe you should have smaller position size or a different drawdown or something. And you can see real-time feedback in that by seeing the edge score change. And I think that really helps people improve as a trader, which is why there have been so many successful Axi Select traders. Now, what account size did you start with when you started Axi Select?
So I start with account size 500 USD.
So you started with $500, and then now you have reached the accelerator stage. So with $500 starting balance, they are now giving you $100,000 in real capital funding. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's very very interesting for me. Now I have the capital 100K USD for trading. It's very it's a big income for me now.
I mean, that's wonderful. I mean, first of all, congratulations on reaching the accelerated stage, which means that with your $500, you now have $100,000 in capital that you could trade, which I would say, most people don't have $100,000 in capital to trade. But now that you do, you can collect the income from that $100,000 while only having a much lower personal account size, right? I mean, that's really one of the great advantages.
Yeah, very great advantage for us.
Now, do you feel like, maybe this is not true for you because you trade EA, but do you feel for a lot of traders, being able to focus on the personal account size and not the $100,000 amount that they're giving you to trade allows you to control the emotions better because you're not focusing on the big number, you're focusing on your smaller number and still getting the benefit of the bigger number. Do you feel that as well?
Yes, that's correct.
What made you finally feel ready to pull the trigger after 20 years in your previous career?
When I see that my strategies can stable with a goal, and I become signal master in some brokers, it makes me some money, and it is increasing day by day. In one day, I see that the income double or triple my current salary, and I decide that I am the full-time trader at that time.
Did you wait a couple months to make sure that this was sustainable? How many months did you wait before you felt the confidence to quit the job?
About 6 months. After 6 months stable, and I decide to be a full-time trader. And after 3 months, I leave the company after 3 months.
So, how did the pressure change once your trading income became your only income?
I don't feel stressed because the income now very good, very good compared with my salary before. And one more thing, I know that I need to keep the signal or keep the current acceleration stage in Axi Select safely. I do not focus on big profit. That's the most important. That's the most important for all traders. Because one time in the past, I tried Axi Select. I tried in incubation. I make a mistake because I want to have a lot of profit, and I reach 10% drawdown, and I have to do again. And now when I have I try acceleration phase, I think I will keep the drawdown very low. No need big profit, because I know that platform do not need you make a lot of profit, right? Just need you make consistent profit and safely. That's all.
So now you make more money trading than your salary on a month-to-month basis. Would you say it's 2 times, 3 times your salary?
Yeah, it's enough. Make me not pressure about money now. Yeah.
So you use EAs to trade, and now you're a full-time trader. Can you walk me through what your normal trading day is like, or your normal day?
I wake up at 4 a.m. I type meditation in 4 a.m. It help me a lot to control my greedy emotion, control my feelings of the market. I feel stable in my mind, and after that I do something related to EA or something like that. I think that's the most important for me. I recognize that even you use EA, if you can control your emotion, you can touch your EA, change something, and the problem will happen. Yeah.
Is there a certain time of day that you turn your EA on, or does it run continuously?
I turn EA continuously. I want to it 100% automatically. Yeah.
Do you avoid news releases like U.S. jobs report, or you just keep it on throughout those events?
Because my strategies take advantage of reversal of the market, and this strategy like strong news, like FOMC, blah 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 blah. That's what I like, because when in the big in the fast moving in strong news, EA can take advantage of the time of reversal of the price, and he can make the profit very quickly. and efficiently.
So if your EA runs continuously and it's your evening time, you're ready to go to sleep. You know also that your evening time is when the US markets are open. So there could be a lot of activity. Is there pressure or stress that comes with that? Knowing that you'll have trades being open overnight and closed while you're sleeping? Do you check your charts overnight?
The EA orders a very small lot size with big equity. I make the back test for many years already with very high, very big trend. And also my EA can hedging when, for example, if the gold price go up very crazy, then I have the hedge order for buy-in gold. So it reduce the drawdown and control the situation, and the EA can clear the hedging orders later on. You can do it based on my manual trade before, and now I make the EA can hedging automatically. So it works in very high, very big trend like up or down 100 USD or more. So I'm quite confident about my EA now.
So it sounds like, first off, you don't feel the pressure of having the EA run continuously overnight while you're sleeping because you have a lot of data to back it up. It takes small positions, and you've seen it operate well in both in highly volatile environments. So that gives you the, I guess, safety to go to sleep and to sleep well. Now, if you could talk to your beginner self, what would you say? What kind of advice would you give the person? Or what kind of advice would you give yourself?
My recommend is that you need to start with very small count, and you need to control your emotion.
What is the number one advice you would give someone who's thinking about going full-time, but they're not sure if they're ready?
My advice is that you need to consider very, very careful about change to full-time trader. You need to, your strategy need to survive with gold market at least 1 year. Then you can think that you can to be a full-time trader. If you can make profit and loss, you should not change to full-time trader. That is my honest advice for them.
If you had to describe your journey in one word, what would it be and why?
My journey is patient, because I failed a lot of time in 10 past year, and I'm very patient and very ambitious to be a successful trader. I train a lot. I create a lot of EAs, more than 100 EAs, a lot of strategy, apply on the strategy on the method, and my patient, my ambitious thinking make me to be successful as my personal idea, as my personal thinking that I'm successful. But the most important is that you need to patient and do not give up.
That's great. So what's next for you? The pro stage? What are your plans?
My plan is continuous improve my strategy, lower a little lower orders but higher profit.
So fewer trades, more profit per trade is what you're saying.
Yeah, that is my goal. for next stage in Axi Select. Yeah.
Fantastic. Sattorii, thank you so much for sharing your journey with us. Reaching Axi Select's acceleration stage and building the confidence to trade full-time is really a huge achievement. It's a testament to your growth, discipline, and commitment to the process. You've shown us exactly what it looks like in action and what it takes, and it's been incredibly inspiring. So thank you very much.
Also, thank you very much. Axi Select give me a very helpful, a very valuable time to share some idea with the traders today. Thank you again.
If Sattorii's story resonates with you, Axi Select's funding program is worth checking out. It's completely free, no daily drawdowns. You can trade news, EAs like Sattorii, and the rules are simple. Don't lose more than 10% of your account. There's no daily drawdown. It's built to help serious traders grow steadily over time. And the best part, you're trading real capital, not sim, which is why they want to be as confident in your skills as you are. Check them out. You'll find all the info in the video details below.